All right, welcome to Working with Wade. I'm going to do a video on the outdoor shower that I built. We'll start right here with this Harbor Freight pump. This is what I originally started with, using this pump. I had it down in this cooler right here to keep it dry and keep the noise down. This pump's a little loud. This pump worked good for a while, but it was a little inconvenient for me. You couldn't just switch this pump on and off with a light switch or something like that. You have to use this toggle switch, which is on this particular pump. That's the only way it'll turn on and off. So I was having to bend down, find the switch, because this pump was mounted like this in the cooler. So it just made it a little inconvenient to use this pump. It's a good pump, and you can actually use it with a battery or plug it in and use it. So we walk around here. I just recently put in a new pump. Bought it online on Amazon. I think it was right at $100. And there it is. Bought this cooler right here. Walmart for $25. Cut holes in it to run my power in. Water source coming in. Water source going out to the heater. And recently also, since I'm not using the Harbor Freight pump, I had to add this switch. This is a game changer right here. For me, anyway. Adding this switch. And just go over some basic wiring. This is just a couple of drop cords. Cut the one end off the female end and one end off the male end. Stick the wires in here. You're going to tie your whites because the pump has to have a neutral for the pump to work. The white is going to be your neutral, so you're just going to tie those together. And then you have your power coming in from your power source, which is my generator right down there. And your power going out, feeding the pump, and they just plug in. The other end of the cords just plug in inside your cooler. Of course, you got your ground. And then these wires go back into your box, and there's this waterproof cover right here. It's got a few adjustments in there, so when it sits on your rocker switch right here, on and off, makes it so much more convenient having this switch. And the way this works is once you turn your pump on, pumps water coming from your 55-gallon drum, pumps water, and once this heater senses water coming in, it's got a igniter switch which takes 2 D-cell batteries. And once that water comes in, it senses the water, the igniter switch ignites the heater element in this outdoor water heater, and it kicks on automatically. I mean, within seconds you've got hot water. And these things work great. I've got it probably on the lowest heat setting, and it is plenty hot. It'll scald you. If you have it up to, it will scald you. That's how hot it gets. And like I said, I'm probably, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's right down near the minimum heat for this thing, and it works great. So the cooler is to keep the noise from the pump and the pump dry. And what I do is I also take this lid just to keep debris and stuff and water out of this cooler, because you want to keep your pump dry and your electrical dry. And then when I'm not using this heater, I use this Rubbermaid just to keep the debris and water and everything out of this outdoor water heater. Just for the longevity of it, maybe it'll help this heater to last longer, so stuff don't fall down in here. And then over here, you may be asking what this is. This is a hot water heater pan that a hot water heater sits in in a residential home. And I notched this out. And the reason I have this on here, and I notched this out so the water coming in can escape right here. And the reason I put this on here is because I was finding that I think water was sitting here, or when it rained real hard, and then debris would seep in around here and get into my water source. So that's why I use this pan, and I set a block, just something to weight it down, keep this on top, to keep the debris out of my 55-gallon drum. And the way I fill this up for now is I use these water totes right here to bring water in. Eventually I'm going to put a larger IBC tote behind that generator shed and put a gutter into it and have almost 300 gallons of water there that I can pump up using that Harbor Freight pump to fill this up. This 55-gallon drum, with me taking a shower once a day, I imagine, and I think this thing will last me a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So let's walk around here and get this little pump that I use to pump the water into my 55-gallon drum. This thing works. This is handy right here. But this is the way I do it for right now. And actually, I think this thing needs a couple of D-cell batteries itself, because I think they're getting pretty low. Stick that in there, drop that in. I can flip this on. It's working. And I can walk away and it'll fill this, empty this out into here. And then I can do this same thing with that one to fill that tank, 55-gallon drum up. But like I said, eventually I'll get a bigger tote there to pump water up into my 55-gallon drum. So there it is. That's my DIY outdoor shower. And you may be asking, why do you have an outdoor shower when you have a camper sitting right here with a shower inside your camper? It's just a matter of convenience. Sometimes I'm out here working, cutting grass, cutting trees, have sawdust, dust, whatever all over me, and I don't want to go inside the camper. So I'll just come over here, strip down, take my shower, go in and get dressed in the camper. It's just convenient to have this a second shower. And of course, doing away with that pump, that's a good pump, but for everyday use, the other pump is much better. And I got that other pump on Amazon for under $100. I've probably, in this outdoor shower, I may have $600, $600 in this, with the privacy fencing, panels, and the pump, shower heater, everything, maybe $600 at the most, very most. And the switch was a game changer for me, because it just makes it so much more convenient to have the generator running, come over here and just hit that switch, take your shower, hit the switch, turn it off, and you're done. Versus having to bend down and use this pump, bend down and finding that toggle switch and trying to turn it on and off. So the switch was a big game changer. So that's it. That's my outdoor shower. So build you one. See ya.